Last week I picked up Vanquish, as well as a few other titles that are of less repute. But yeah, so I'm going to do just a quick review of Vanquish. I haven't finished it yet, but I'm pretty sure I've got the gist of the game. Basically, you start off it's kind of like any real near-future premise. You start off in a crazy-ass suit, and some war breaks out, and then you have to do your thing. Basically, you're part of a DARPA war team. Your character's name is Sam Gideon, and it's just it's a pretty sort of, I don't want to say lackluster story, but it's not gonna break any real sort of ground with its storytelling. But that's not really where the game shines. The game shines in its crazy gameplay. It's very much sort of all about moving and speed. They've put a cover system in there. It's kind of like Gears of War, or crossed with Halo, crossed with some speed, and yeah, with a few bright lights added in for good measure. This game actually has a massive warning at the beginning of it, you know, for epilepsy and people who sort of succumb to that sort of thing. So it's not one for, you know, the people looking for, you know, a dulled down or dim game. It's very bright, very quick. A lot of stuff moving on screen all times, and yeah, it's really surprisingly well done. The story centers around your character Sam Gideon. Just basically, a war breaks out between Russia and the US. Russia gets their hands on a US super satellite, and much like Shadow Complex, actually, attacks a major city in the US, and then basically holds the US government to ransom, saying that if you don't completely surrender everything to Russia, we're going to devastate New York. Because, you know, I don't know why they wouldn't aim for maybe Washington, where, you know, the country's capital is, but, you know, New York's still pretty cool. So you're tasked with running around with a bunch of other soldiers on a pretty massive starship thing that has basically no rules with it, and just defeating horde after horde of Russian robots. These are really sort of cut and dried, cookie cutter robots. The enemies, the hordes and hordes of enemies that you will gun down, nothing special. There's no real challenge there, but it's when you actually get up to a bigger boss or a bigger opponent that the game really shines. These things are crazy well designed and just so much fun to destroy. It's a little bit repetitive with the really big ones. You have to shoot out certain parts of their body, and then that, you know, shuts them down for a while, and you can shoot their core, and you have to do this 3 times. And that gets a little bit taxing. But the real highlight of the game is one of the things that the suit can do, called AR mode, which is basically bullet time and power sliding around at 40 miles an hour. So you can slow down time, move at 40 miles an hour, and target your enemy's weak spots while time is slowed. And it's an amazingly fun thing to do. The only real problem is that it runs out way too quick, and it takes too long to cool down. And basically, once your AR mode has run out, your suit's a little bit pretty much actually powerless. You can't even melee attack people when your suit has no power. This is a little bit annoying, but other than that, it's a great game to play. They threw in a cover system, and I think that's just it's become a thing that every game has to have now. But it does work. There's a lot of firing going on, and a lot of firing coming at you at all times, and it's good to have a place to hide. And they've also thrown in a kind of half-assed weapon level-up system, which doesn't really make any differences and doesn't really do anything, but it's fun to have. It's fun to just upgrade a few weapons every now and then. But all in all, the gameplay is all about like fast-paced sliding and shooting and just, you know, having a retarded amount of fun shooting Russian robots, and that's what the game is all about. So the voice acting is terrible. I would very much recommend this game is to be played at all times on mute, so that you don't have to put up with a ridiculous amount of overacted vocals that it comes with. But other than that, it's pretty much flawless. I highly recommend checking this one out because it's just so much fun.